in the lab with Fab. Go like the Mac, the is every time.
The necessary. Mama went to heaven, Libby going to college. Legacy, my legacy. If it's meant, then let it be. Not a quarter horse, still here, longevity. Product of my community, who's product in my community? Power to the people, I'm the modern day Huey P. Nah, you know that thing here. You know that thing here. I ain't right, man. You know that thing. Down with Gary Payton, Kane Cunningham, and Detroit ballin' flagrant. Zone 4, in the ATL, we know they waiting. Locked in with the plug, but get money with the middleman. Pushing European, still a U.S. citizen. On the Titanic, hope it don't hit a glacier. And Desi's pouring shots on the sidebar chasers. That shit hard. That shit riding. Crib, but I know where you stay. New Don, Nina Simone, yep, this a new day. Baby girl, my legs broke, you never get your boo chased. Running through this bag while I'm stacking up this briefcase. Chunky off these croutons, a salad got a cool taste. Stamp in the man since the schoolyard, that's a blue face. Lawyer on speed dial in case I catch a new case. Murderers raised me, gangsters and the players too. Sliders, scoundrels, couple chefs that are fillet of food. Time to get away, hit the A for a day or two. Courtside, Hawks versus the Warriors and they play it too. They don't really listen to the music, they don't play it through. Down for the crown on my mama and I'm staying true. Blessed by the best, still living on granny's prayers, fool. Cupcake, but no feelings, I ain't staying, boo. Sticking to the code, show the world how to Bayer move. Sword on me, just in case it's combat, I slay a dude. Heard you got it started, man, it's crazy, gotta pay the move. Tried that with me, they had to show 'em what the K do. Raised in the dope, yeah, funny how we made it through. Lying with their rumors, but they never ever stated proof. Put that on my granny, buy my cookies, we'll slay the goose. And if it's up, then it's stuck, we ain't saying truth. Hey, Necessary Unnecessary Podcast, what's up, what's up, what's up? This my big brother, man, new face, man, you know what I'm saying? Detroit, you know what I'm saying? Atlanta by way of Detroit, though. But he hold it down, man. He rep the A no like no other, man. And he everywhere. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all see Narwhal, shout out to the homie. But this the hip-hop organic version of it, man. Really born bred in it, you know what I'm talking about, since the beginning. This him, man, you know what I'm saying? My guy, man, New Face was there. When he say New Face was there, he got receipts. I'm talking about real receipts to show you he was there since the beginning of it, man. Since the midget, the toddler thought the midget was tall.
Talk to him.
You know what I'm talking about?
Classic
Hey,
Oakland
man.
catalog.
You hear me, man?
Right. Priceless, right?
Man, he pulled out Oakland catalog on me. I'm talking about Bad Influence, Richie Rich, Too Short, Seagram, all type of real original, not
white
the digital.
Tape, Todd Shaw.
Original, not the digital.
What Tip say? I seen this white tape, nigga. This is
changed his life, man. Nigga Tip say, man, white tape right here changed my life, man. You know what I'm talking about?
Said that Richie Rich, half a thing. He named it a half a thing. Cause
he got caught with a half a thing. You know what I'm saying? Man. Nigga Dub hit me and said, man, where that nigga get the tape from? For real, man. I wouldn't be surprised if he come up on one of them old school Too Short special request tapes. He bring that out the museum, man. I quit, man. I'm done. Ain't nobody more of a hip-hop historian than this, man.
I did find one of them DJ Quick red tapes, too.
So, come on, man.
But since you here now to make it official, though.
What we got?
It's yours. Put that in Oakland somewhere for me.
It's going in the dope air store. New Face was there.
Hey.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Bob. You think of Okay, hello. All right. This Snip Swag put the money in the bag from the Necessary Unnecessary Podcast. And we have with us today none other than Mr. Fabby, Fabby, son of a pimp, Fabby Davis of the Mac Pack, Oakland's real mayor.
You feel me?
What we on, man?
We chilling, bro, you know. Happy to revisit some things, man. You know, we got a lot of calendars in. And just at a more elevated, more mature level in life, you know what I'm saying? So being able to have these candid conversations with friends to allow, you know, the outside world to know a few things, you know, about what's going on, what's been the latest and the greatest. And hey, man, I'm just happy to still be here and thriving. You know?
Because a lot of people be talking about my gray hairs. I be like, you know how many people I know didn't make it to see gray hairs, bro? You know what I mean? I'm going to keep I earned every last one of these things.
For sure. Earned them. You know?
You know?
It's a lot of folks that fake it till they make it. You got to earn it till you learn it.
Man, you know? So, first thing I want to get into that I saw that I definitely wanted to be a part of, that I almost needed, was the Thug Therapy. Please tell us about the Thug Therapy.
Thug Therapy is a mental health wellness workshop. We have bi-weekly meetings amongst men and women and children. A place of community. Thug in the Thug Therapy stands for teaching, healing, uniting, and guiding. And it's all about an educational forum where those that are informed sit back and share the necessary information for the people to learn and become knowledgeable. I think the biggest conundrum with us as community, when we talk about, you know, us black folk in the community, is that we are hoarders of information and knowledge, and those that are informed are reluctant to share that information. One of the coldest phrases that kind of sold our people short was, the game is to be sold, not told. And in that, we stopped sharing information with each other, and as the griots stopped talking to each other, the villagers stopped listening. We stopped learning, you know, some of the recipes that our ancestors used to survive and to thrive, and it's been a decline ever since. So now we have to get back to the uplifting, sharing missives, providing information, and creating space of community to where the village can get back to the ways of the villagers.
Damn right. So, I want to touch on that more, but because I feel like there's an opportunity. I'm sitting there with Fabby Davis, and I've watched your musical career, you know what I mean? And I've watched your philanthropy, I've watched your giving back to the community, I've watched your brand, you know what I mean? So it's so many things we could touch on and talk about, but I really just want to sit and talk to Fabby, you know what I mean?
Yes,
we ain't chopped it up in a minute.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? So, dope era. Tell me about the dope era, Fabby.
Man, developing opportunity for people to evolve, and everyone rises above.
Okay.
And it's basically just a continuation of everything that we're doing in the community. The dope era wasn't always a positive situation. You know, it wasn't always a positive, but I think we refurbished and revisited the idea of what was dope in that era. And to me, everything was dope except for the dope.
Yeah.
So when we extract,
violence,
you know what I'm saying? We extract, but you know, the violence came from the dope.
Right.
You know, whether the dope boys was killing to protect their bundles, or to, you know, take somebody else's bundle, or the violence from people getting high, trying to keep getting high, so they needed, you know. So a lot of that. But if you eradicate the dope in that era, everything was it was beautiful. It was cordial. Communities were communities. You know, you could get your ass whooped by your neighbor. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's grandmama in the community was like your grandmama. You knew your neighbors. It was black owned stores. It was, you know, it was leadership. It was a lot of things that signified prosperity, and we were on our road to prominence. And the destruction of our communities came from the impact of what drugs did and what the dope did. But with our clothing line, with our lifestyle brand, we revisited that. Some of the images displayed or portrayed from some childhood memories. As you can see, like the Mario colors are very familiar to individuals that grew up in that era, and so on and so forth. And we just created something in clothing to kind of like send the messages like, yo, it's not that bad. But we can refurbish it, revisit it, then repackage it and deliver it again, and now we can be dope without the dope.
Just like we did with the N-word.
Everything.
Do you think the dope was sent to neutralize the Panthers? The dope era down there started in Oakland to neutralize the Panthers.
Well, you know, I don't that conversation takes on a political shift.
Yeah.
And we must understand that the Black Panthers were so powerful that the central unit of black identification and intelligence was in Oakland, California, where the structure of the Panthers was built. We talk about Bobby Seale and Eldridge Cleaver, and of course Dr. Huey Newton. We talk about the importance of the women from Angela Davis to Elaine Brown and many other poignant women that played an instrumental part in the development of spreading the awareness of black identity as far as self-protection, self-defense classes, feeding, providing. And when you saw that, you saw a community in a village thriving, and then the different chapters and shelters abroad, that became a threat. You know, and the threat was these Negroes really doing something for themselves.
Right. Black unity, they said, was the biggest threat to national security.
That was the biggest threat, and it was so much of the biggest threat that J. Edgar Hoover was set out to destroy those people.
That's what I said. That was set,
you know,
directly there to, you know what I mean?
Set out to destroy those people. So when you ask, is there, there's not a coincidence for the correlation of drugs and the impact of what it affected the communities that were thriving the most. And when you look back at some of the communities that were hit first, there was a prominent presence of the Black Panthers in those areas.
I'll be talking to my African folks, and they come out here and they don't understand why we as Black Americans act the way we do. And I tell them it's three major things that contribute to the state of Black America right now, and it's slavery, Jim Crow, and the crack epidemic. You know what I mean? Like, I know y'all had apartheid. Y'all was out there with the apartheid together, but for us out here in a foreign land going through these things is like mind shifting to the point where we so behind, but we as a people are just a head type of people. You know what I mean? We ain't gonna stay behind just because we behind, because we forward thinking. But I think that contributes to like the state of Black America.
Most definitely, man. You gotta think, you know, in hindsight, if we talk about how old this world is, and we talk about how long ago the civil rights movement was, but that was a blink away.
Yeah, it wasn't that long.
Like,
it ain't over though. Is what I be trying to tell people. Like
that was a blink
still
away,
a lot
bro.
of work to do,
bro. That was a blink away, bro.
Yeah.
You think about it's 2025. You think about the 60s. You know, that's bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 70 years ago, bro. That's not that long ago. 60, 70 years ago, you know, our people were still getting lynched in front of people. And they still doing it still today.
I was finna say, I think we got distracted by a lot of things, and we've gotten comfortable to the point where we are no longer willing to unite. The only time I see us unite when the police kill one of us, and then we march for a little bit, and then the next time we back out again. I'm like, I
want to give credit to the people that are still keeping up, the civil rights workers that are actually transitioning more so from civil rights and human rights and putting a stamp on organizing and galvanizing in their communities. My brothers out in Detroit with the New Era movement, they're the New Panther movement, and there are a lot of those that are fighting for liberation, because we must understand that, as what Martin Luther King said, an injustice to one is an injustice to all. And how can you sit back and watch the injustices unfold and not say anything or not do anything, especially if you have some level of influence that can be influential to make a change. So we definitely have to use that. And I tell people this: every soldier is not a frontline soldier. So don't be upset if somebody's not willing to be on the front line fighting to sacrifice their lives, because we can weaponize so many different ways of military, of how we can equip ourselves to be aware, especially with AI technology and all of the new things. We must embrace the forward trajectory of the future to use it to weaponize, to continue to fight oppression, and become not a threat but more of an asset to our people.
Definitely. So I want to know, how did you get from Shabupalabupi to Dr. Frederick Luther X Jr.?
If you listen to the infancy stages of my my musical disposition, you'll always hear, you know, in my compositions, you would always hear some knowledgeable things. If you listen to, you know, 100 Bars of Reality, if you listen to, it was always there. You know, from If You Can Call Heaven, if it, you know, there's always been a level of that level of information that has been like, oh, okay, I see it. But you have to be mindful when you first coming up. Do you expose your hand? You know what I'm saying? Do you expose your hand? Hold on. You can't expose your hand, bro. Like never warn your enemies.
Yeah.
That's a key component, even in, you know, in the strategies of war. Nah, man, but you know, you can't expose your hand, man. We see a lot of leaders and a lot of people who expose their hand a little bit too early. Yeah. Like Pac said, you can't go to war until your money right. So in order for me to be the version of me that I want the world to perceive as, I had to make sure that I did the necessary things. So when you hear a song like Shaboopy La Boopy, we're talking about a 21-year-old, 22-year-old that's just, you know, creating continued culture from lifestyle, observation, from living in action, and just having some fun. There's nothing wrong with, you know, the fun days. I think hip hop is the only genre of music that we don't allow our artists to grow and develop. We always want them to be the version of them that we love.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Do you remember the day we met? I recognized your genius the day we met. You remember that day, Fabby?
What happened? What we did?
We was at a studio in South San Francisco somewhere, and you was there with
Chinese Mike?
No, Fatty Addy and them.
Fatty Addy.
Featuring. You was featuring on their stuff, and I had the next session.
Yeah.
So I came.
On third.
I came in. No, this is South San Francisco.
Oh, no, on South Side. I remember that. Yeah. You got to go upstairs to the studio. Yeah.
So I'm coming into my session, you know, I'm working on my album or whatever. I think I was working on The Adventures of Nippy Swagger, Pills and Patron, right? So I come in, and Mo say, nigga, you need to get him on your album. I'm like, who is dude? He like, nigga, that's Mr. Fab, nigga, he up next. I was like, yeah. And then I started talking to you, and you say you want some money. I said, this nigga want some money I ain't never seen before. I never seen him before in my life, you know what I mean? But I took a chance. I, you know, gave you what you asked for. That's what we did. Go Get It.
Our first one.
Yeah, that one with Craig. Man, my cousin listened to that all the way up until he passed away. But that was his favorite song because it was hypey. You know what I mean? For sure. It was like the beginning of the hypey era. It was just coming into
right
play.
On the precipice. I remember that.
And then, but from then, I never seen a person do a verse so quick before in my life. Nigga said my name, said who did the cover and this, that, and nigga fast. I'm still looking for my pen. He like, all right then, bro. I said, what happened? Nigga, the song is done. You need to do your part. I spent another hour and a half in there finishing the song.
And that motherfucker knocking shit out. Even still to this day.
I already know.
I'm
that's
a fool now, though.
Man, look.
Hold on, real quick. 1 second, real quick. Nah, I'm a fool with it now, bro.
You didn't reach the
shit I'm doing
ain't
now.
Right no more.
Oh yeah, I'm at a different level with this shit now. Y'all gonna get a chance to see it. We gonna go to the studio, man. Come fuck around. And y'all get a chance to see that shit, man, because it's that part.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a fool in that motherfucker now. We getting ready, you know, hit that lab. I was gonna go out and go party, but I'm like, nah, I'd rather go hit the lab.
Rather work.
Man, these niggas ain't even answer the phone. Hold on, man. What's up? What we doing? Take me through there.
Oh no.
But
okay, we're gonna do that. You know, it's all good though, family. Like I said, I'm just, you know what I mean. Glad we finally got a chance to sit down. We were supposed to do this since Inside Looking Out.
Yeah, and Sean T with the whole shit. I kept missing them Thursdays, man.
I know. We still shoot on Thursdays out here.
Yeah,
you know, but we necessary. We've been going. We got like 115 episodes on this thing. You know, we
one
just
thing
run
about you,
man,
you the hustler, man. You gonna always do that, man. You gonna always show up and show out. Continue to be a part of something, utilizing your genius, and you know, keep calibrating, man. You know, keep strengthening it up and keep getting doper, man. I respect it. Believe that.
I mean, I appreciate that. I was thinking about that on the way over here. I said, Fab ain't never not seen me on business. Every time you see
always
me,
on business.
I'm always on business. You know what I mean? So that's what you gotta say about your business out here. But
one thing I stopped paying attention to is those lists.
Yeah.
Because, it's biased.
I mean, I know I work hard. I be trying to be slim. I be in the background on things, even though I got to get in front of the camera to do stuff and make it happen. But really, I be working behind the scenes for real.
You want to hear some emotions moving. You want to gear some folks. Make a list.
I'm finna make a list.
Man, you want to upset some people and, get some people perturbed.
Mm-hmm.
Make a list, man. You're gonna have some infuriated individuals, man, because everybody feel like they list is the most important and valid, and they don't understand it's all individualism, man. Perception. There's no way to define who's the best unless we're talking statistically, and then what are we measuring our scale off of? You know what I'm saying? So if we're not measuring statistics and the analytics that can prove what the best is, so that would be who sells the most, who streams the most, who the most, who has the most, the spectacular vernacular, who has all. Those are all skill sets, but it's basically all perception, man, because your best might not be my best. You might say LeBron is the greatest. I might say Steph is the greatest. Somebody say Jordan. Somebody might say James Worthy from left field. Person like, James Worthy? Like, how you gonna laugh at what he say?
Worthy.
That nigga feel like he the best. That's his perception.
For sure.
So, it is what it is. So, it is what it is, man. You can't get caught up on them lists.
I ain't gonna lie. I can sit here and talk to Fabby all night, but we gotta get sliding and gliding, moving and grooving in the traffic, make some transactions, try to make it happen. You feel me? So, give a shout out to the Necessary Unnecessary podcast from Mr. Fab. We gon' scoobity boo.
Hey, this is just part one. We hate to be rushed because we could talk for a long time, but man, for the Necessary Unnecessary podcast, it's necessary that brothers continue to keep filling each other in on what they doing lately, and it motivates each other. It continues to motivate those that are actually watching. Big shout outs to people that have saw the journey thus far as we continue to jaunt towards our road of dreams. And in that, bro, just stay focused, man. Stay focused. Don't give up on yourself. Stay diligent. And the greatest thing that my mother always told me was, baby, fuck that scoreboard. And what that meant was sometimes our game is totally distracted and we get discombobulated because we watching that scoreboard. When you up, you never feel like you could get down. When you down, it's hard to get back up again. They told you that in Blow. But the beauty of it is you start watching it, your leads start dwindling, your game start changing, you start getting paranoid, you start fouling, you might foul out. Anybody can get in the game, but can you last? This shit is about lasting, not coming in last. And stay focused, man. You know what I'm saying? Just stay focused and play your game, bro. People be asking me, bro, you winning. I couldn't tell you if I was winning or not.
That's what I'll be saying.
I'm just playing my game. I don't know what the score is.
I'm too busy grinding to be looking at the shine.
I don't know what the score is.
Nigga, the shine come with the grind, not the other way around.
Like they say, if you could count your money don't count. So let that sit in your mind. If you can count your money don't count. So if you playing the game and you sitting up looking at the score, that shit don't count. If you got some chicken and you know the exact amount of money that you got, you don't got no money. In the grand scheme of things. You might have some money in comparison to proximity of the people that you're around or the spaces that you came from. And I'm not trying to marginalize and minimize what you've gained. But at the end of the day, if you could count your money don't count. Because if you was really grinding, your shit would just be stacking up and folding. You don't know how much you got. So when niggas say, bro, you winning, well, I don't know what I got, bro. I'm just working and grinding, man.
Jeff Bezos, wake up with your money and be ready to commit suicide.
You hear me? You hear me? Nigga be like,
you gotta look at who you compare yourself to.
That's all you got, nigga.
Oh my
God. Keep going though, man. You know what I'm saying? And to all my FCOs, man, I appreciate your growth, man. And FCOs is the former crash outs.
Oh no.
Keep growing, y'all. Keep building and show the next generation that this shit is possible. If nothing is taken from my journey, man, y'all can see that this shit was possible. No handouts, no here you goes, no put ons, no none of that. Hard work and dedication, man. We area.
Ain't no substitution for that. We out.
Hello. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuned in to the livest podcast on earth, the Necessary Unnecessary Podcast.